Let's review our Sunday school lesson for today. We are in the winter quarter for the months of December, January, and February of 2022 and 2023, entitled Chosen, Not Choice. And we're looking at God's calling that is rooted in grace and not in us humans deserving it. We today begin the final unit number 3 for the month of February, entitled God's Call and Its Righteousness. And in these 4 lessons from the New Testament, they're going to help us with a reminder that God's call on our lives does not take regards to our past. Our lesson for today is lesson number 10 for February the 5th, 2023, entitled Wisdom and Foolishness. Our printed passage today is 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 18 through 31. Let's think about today the words of the Apostle Paul. As he is speaking to the Corinthian church, he lays down a base foundation for us. And that base is Jesus Christ. It is him coming down here to earth, being born, living a perfect life, then dying on the cross, and then on the third day morning resurrecting from the dead. That is our base. And when we receive Jesus and we accept him into our heart, and when we are called by God, this thought has to be in our mind that our confidence and our wisdom must be in God and not ourselves. Paul tells us that this is a problem with the Jews as well as the Greeks or the non-Jews. For Jews who were waiting on a Messiah to come, they were looking for a sign. You got to prove it. We need some evidence. We want to see it. Show us. But then for the Greeks, they were ones who sought after wisdom, so smart in so many areas that they would even create their own gods or worship things that they did not understand just because it was wisdom. The calling that we have from God is to put ourselves out of the way and to fully put our confidence and wisdom in him. And this is the gospel message of Jesus, that he died and was resurrected. And for the Jews who were looking for a sign, this was a stumbling block. Some say it didn't happen. Some say they stole the body, but it was a stumbling block. The basis of our belief was a stumbling block to the Jews. And then for the Greeks, this gospel message would seem like foolishness to them. As they were seeking wisdom, this seems foolish to them, that one would suffer for doing no wrong, and then would give up his life and die, and then would raise himself up on the third day. That seemed like foolishness to them. Verse number 24 of our text tells us that the power of God and the wisdom of God is Jesus Christ. Now, we conclude with verse number 29, for we must not take vain glory and be seekers of glory of ourselves, but we must glorify in God. Our wisdom, our understanding, our reasoning, it cannot save us, but it's only the foolishness of the preaching of Jesus Christ that can save us. So I invite you today, as we come to a close, to trust him who is Christ and trust his work, that is not foolish, that it is not powerless, but there's wisdom and power in that great message of Jesus. And if you have not received him into your heart today, I invite you to accept him as your Lord and your Savior, and then you will have salvation and be called of God.